Hello, everyone, and welcome to House Magetsky. I am Bobby McSee, and today we're going to make fresh squeezed raspberry lemonade. You only need 4 ingredients for this recipe: 4 pounds of lemons, 1 pound of raspberries, 2 cups of sugar, and 10 cups of water. This is going to get you about a gallon of juice. The first thing you're going to do is take all 4 pounds of lemons and roll them around on the table or cutting board. What this does is help make them a little bit easier to juice. Next, you're going to cut all your lemons in half crossways and just start to juice those guys. You can use a juicer like you see on the screen in front of you. You can use one of those handheld juice squeezers like you see in most bars. KitchenAid has an attachment that you can put on the face of your KitchenAid, and you can juice your citrus items that way. Whatever's easiest for you, whatever you happen to have on hand. What you're looking to get is about 2.5 to 3 cups of lemon juice. You want to add a pound of washed raspberries to the carafe of a food processor or a blender. Next, you want to add about 1 cup of the lemon juice that you've already squeezed to that carafe. Add the lid to your blender or your food processor and pulse it a few times, 4 to 5 times, 10 to 15 seconds tops. All you're trying to do is get a nice, smooth puree with no chunks of raspberries left behind. This way, the only chunks left behind are seeds. At this point, you want to take a fine mesh strainer, a sieve, and put it over a large vessel. I used a 6-quart stock pot because this gets about a gallon of liquid, so it was a perfect amount of space. You want to grab a rubber spatula and start to move that puree around and press it up against the lining of that metal sieve. What this is going to do is it's going to push all the liquid through the sieve, but leave the seeds and the pulp behind until you have a paste that looks very similar to what you're going to see on the screen in front of you. At this point, you're going to want to go ahead and dump whatever you've got there and take the remaining lemon juice and dump it into your liquid. You can do exactly like you see here. You can grab that spatula back out and keep pushing that through, or if you like pulp in your lemonade, you can just dump it right in without straining it at all. Personally, I like a little bit less pulp in my citrus juices. Now, I like to use the carafe of my blender in order to measure and add the water. The reason I use the carafe as opposed to just pouring it directly in is there's a lot of residual berry stuff floating around in the bottom of that carafe. So I get to rinse it all out, and I make sure that nothing goes to waste. At this point, go ahead and add 2 cups of sugar to your liquid and give it a very, very, very vigorous stir with a whisk. If you are worried about a little bit of grit behind because of the sugar, you can of course make a very simple syrup. 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of water on the stove. Just bring that water up warm enough to melt the sugar so that it dissolves and you don't have anything left behind. However, in my experience, you stir this vigorously enough and you don't have to make that simple syrup. Go ahead and give it a taste. See what you think. Put some ice into a tumbler and pour that juice right on top of that ice. If you want it to be spiked, add a little vodka, a little gin, maybe some tequila, whatever alcoholic beverage you enjoy the most. Thanks for stopping by House Magetsky, and I hope to see you come by again in the very near future.